And I'm going to stay with Miss Alice.
What?
Did you forget? Orson Wilde, you know, the star of American theatre. And he's visiting and staying with us.
No, not that. I meant you wanting to stay with Miss Alice.
Yes, that's right. Miss Alice suggested it. She told me you couldn't possibly refuse.
If it's really what you want.
It's the perfect solution, Mr. Holmes. Don't you agree?
Guess what, Mrs. Hudson? Mr. Wilde is here to study my father's character for his next play. And he won't be disappointed, will he? Father is so pig-headed.
I can't believe it! The great Sherlock Holmes standing in front of me! I'm sure that our two brains will...
Brains.
Mr. Wilde, your room.
Charming. This is such a fascinating city.
We need to talk.
I'd rather not. You're going to be angry again. Goodbye, Mr. Wilde.
Is it 5 o'clock already? I think I might go and ask Mrs. Hudson for some tea.
My archive. My archive. I can always consult with it. My archive. I can always... My archive. I can always consult with... My archive. My archive. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. It would be better to examine Wilde's belongings before he returns. It would be better to examine Wilde's belongings before he returns. Oh, come on, Toby. Your soap bath couldn't have been as bad as that. Oh, what? Wilde truly has a perfect disguise kit. Do actors really need all this? This must be grease paint. I use the same brushes for makeup. Face powder of an excellent quality.
I forgot my hat. Father?
I'm just checking,
You've got something on your face. Is it makeup?
It might be. Practicing my disguises, you know me. No, don't touch that! No, no!
Ah, Mrs. Hudson, with our tea.
Not quite. We have a visitor. However, the lady is not so much angry as perplexed.
Good day to you, gentlemen. My name is Mary Sutherland. I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, because I would give everything I have to know what has become of Mr. Hosmer Angel.
Why the haste, Miss Sutherland?
Mr. Hosmer Angel has disappeared, and my father, Mr. Winterbank, will do nothing. It makes me so angry.
Mr. Windybank is your stepfather, surely, since the name is different?
Well, indeed, I call...
And your mother is alive? Do you have your own income?
I do, from an inheritance. It was left to me by my Uncle Ned in Auckland.
Then you have all that you could wish for, naturally.
Well, I live at home.
What is your connection with Mr. Hosmer Angel?
I met him at the gasfitter's ball. Mr. Winterbank did not wish for me and Mother to attend. He never did wish us, fortunately. And I met Mr. Angel that night. But then Father returned.
Why was your stepfather against your going anywhere?
Well, he didn't like anything of that sort. He used to say that a woman should be happy in her own family circle.
Did Mr. Hosmer Angel make no attempt to see you?
Well, Father was going off again in a week. And Hosmer wrote and said that it would be better for us not to see each other until Father had gone. After that, he stopped writing.
Where does Mr. Angel live?
I don't know exactly.
Were you engaged?
Oh yes, Mr. Holmes. Right after the first walk that we took.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about Mr. Angel?
He is a very shy man. I put...
Haha, a love letter. Yes, I see. As I anticipated, this validates my deductions perfectly. Mr. Wilde. A love letter? A love letter? Aren't you dying?
Mr. Holmes, what do you think about the letter on the table? Do you think it might help?
This is strange. The love letter is typewritten. We had a wonderful time together, didn't we, while your father was in France? Fairly common ink, nothing special. I'm waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more. Miss Sutherland only met with Hosmer Angel while the stepfather was absent. Let's study this letter more closely. Miss Sutherland, do you have any other letters from Mr. Angel?
Unfortunately not. But I've brought my father's letter from Paris. Here it is.
The stepfather's letter is also typewritten. The stepfather... Quite common paper with a light yellow tint. Fairly common ink, nothing special. There are some letters with typographical defects. Both Another letter match with the same defects. One more letter with a defect. Another letter match with the same defects. So, based on the specific defects, we could say that these letters were composed on the same typewriter. You should try to let Mr. Hosmer Angel vanish from your memory, as he has done from your life.
Then you don't think I'll see him again?
I fear not.
Then what has happened to him?
Your stepfather married your mother for her money, and also enjoyed the use of your income. But with your personal advantages, it was clear that you would not remain single for long, even with him keeping you at home. He found a crook by the name of Mr. Hosmer Angel. He was paid to make you fall in love and promise your devotion, whereupon he would disappear.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. No, I can't believe it. But we were engaged. Oh, it's horrible to think about. But thank you for all you have done, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, you could have been more diplomatic.
What is going on?
Mr. Holmes, is everything all right?
Oh my God. Go back to your flat. I see wires inside. They could be connected to the cover. A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it. Whew. There are wires attached to the bell and hammer. When the alarm triggers, the bomb will explode. A source of electricity for the detonation. Aha! This solenoid protects the bomb from being easily diffused.
What happened?
Just a small bomb.
Somebody wants to kill me? What for?
I don't believe that you were the target.
Who then?
Mr. Holmes, are you all right? I saw the bloke. I tried to catch him, but he escaped.
Can you describe the man?
He was thin, about 5'5", with black hair and a hair lip.
Wiggins, tell us everything you saw.
The fellow was watching your place, so I thought maybe he's a client. But then he took something out of his jacket and threw it, smashing your window. I shouted at him and he took off. I grabbed him by the sleeve, but he wriggled out of his jacket and left it. I'm sorry I didn't catch him, Mr. Holmes.
You did very well, Wiggins. Now, let's take a look at that jacket.
Here it is.
Good job, Wiggins. Here's a penny.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Holmes.
Who tried to kill me, Mr. Holmes?
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed. Thanks to Wilde, my analysis table has been completely destroyed. JT are the owner's initials. Let's see what's inside.
There could be a hidden message that's been written with some lemon juice.
No, don't touch anything else. There are ink stains on this piece of paper. I could read the text with the help of my analysis table if Wilde hadn't already destroyed it. A poem. But what does it mean?
This isn't a poem. It's a song called Rally Mohawks. That great moment when America rebelled against England's dominance. Then rally, boys, and hasten on to... And I...
Why ever did he... Here it is. That's all I can do for now. Let's try and get a few hours of sleep.
How can you sleep when there is someone trying to kill me? How selfish.
He's so funny.
Did you sleep well, Kate?
Very well, thank you, Father.
Is that Wilde? Whatever is he doing now?
He's transforming you into a legend.
Oh, silly man. Kate, what's the matter?
Well, I just came by to tell you that I'm going to the zoo with Alice. We'll be having lunch in town.
The zoo? What on earth for?
Perhaps because it is my birthday today?
I fooled you, didn't I? Of course I remembered. Here's some spending money. Go and enjoy your special day.
All right. I'll go then.
Kate.
You never do anything right.
All right. Come here.
I've had enough of you not caring about me.
I do care. I've just had a difficult night.
Yes, Alice told me about the bomb, but you wouldn't.
Kate, I only want to protect you.
You don't understand anything. I wish Alice would adopt me.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't know why my parents entrusted me to you. Did they really know you?
Kate, come back. Damn it. Such a waste. This Alice, I have an odd sense about her. It's as if she's playing with Kate's feelings. This would be a good opportunity. Mrs. Hudson is not at home. Force is not an option. I should find another way. A back room. A back room. There's no space for this lockpick. There's no space for this lockpick. Alice's childhood was spent with her aunt, until the aunt's death. Alice was unhappy with all of her adopted families. She's spying on me. A phonograph cylinder. Alice has recently used this. It appears that Alice sleeps in this armchair, as uncomfortable as that must be. It has no smell. It has a bitter taste. No smell, bitter taste. It's a soothing drug to aid sleep. Alice prepared a gift for Kate. She remembered her birthday. Well, women are good at that sort of... It looks as though Alice has not slept here for a long time. Her full name is Alice Floella Hamilton. Strange taste in literature. Sarah de Bouvier is Alice's mother. Alice used her mother's name to lease the flat. It's shut tight. Oh my God. The wheelchair is the same as the one in the photograph above. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte. It's my distant ancestor, Horace Verne. Alice is talking with her father, William Hamilton. Alice knows about Zacharias Greystoke, the victim from the bowling club. I solved that crime. William Hamilton. But I know him. He was a bandit who I arrested 20 years ago. Alice knows about... Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. My word, look at this setup. Alice practices spiritualism. Charles Darwin, English naturalist and geologist. I finished here, time to go. I should use my makeup to disguise my identity.